We are happy today to have Pam Ungst to join us. Pam from Pam and Marketing. And if you've been on any of Pam's presentations before, you know that they are very informative, easy to understand. I always understand a lot more about what she's talking about when we're done with the presentation. So in a minute, I'm going to turn this over to Pam. I just want to take a minute to tell you who I am, what we are about, and to let you know that at the end of the webinar, I'm going to have a special offer for you, so please stay on to the end. But as I said, my name is Janet Neal. I am the New Business Development Manager here at Above and Beyond in Montclair. We also have C3 Workplace, our new co-working facility up in Sparta, New Jersey. And we are about providing flexible office space for small business owners and entrepreneurs, both here in Montclair and up in Sparta. And we provide virtual administrative support, meaning anything that is annoying to you to do from an administrative perspective, we can take that off of your plate, from bookkeeping to answering your phones to doing administrative marketing support, sales support, things like that. So if you'd like to find out more about us, please go visit our website at c3workplace.com or virtualofficestaff.com. And so I don't want to take any more time talking about me because you're here to hear about Facebook basics. So Pam, I'd like to turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you for that introduction, and I'm happy to be on another webinar with you guys today. Appreciate you having me. And today we're going to go over, like you said, Facebook Basics for Business. It's going to walk through even the most basic steps of getting set up on Facebook. Then I'm also going to try to take it a little bit into the realm of optimizing your Facebook efforts and give you some resources if you go even further with that. So I'm going to try to cover anything, the super basic 101 to, what to do next. With that, if you have questions, can be submitted through the Q&A forum. Janet, what is
either through, and I just send a note to everybody, just to remind you, you're all muted right now, so please ask questions, but how you do that is either through the Q&A or the chat function that you'll see on your screen. Send them along, and I will pass them on to Pam.
So that's how you do it. So type your questions in throughout the presentation, and we will try to get to as many as we can at the end. So let's get started. A bit about me. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Pam Ungst. I am the owner of Pam and Marketing. I refer to myself as a web traffic controller. I've been creating websites for now about 15 years and participating in social media for 8 years. I have an MBA in marketing and a bunch of technical certificates. Submit your questions along the way. We'll definitely try to get to as many of those at the end as possible. And also at the end, I'll have an offer for anyone who needs help. So let's say we get through something. I'm going to try to break down this information and make it easy as possible. But if you feel overwhelmed at the end and you're like, I really need someone to help me with this, I'll have an offer for you at the end to address that. So, Facebook. At the end of 2012, Facebook has 1.06 billion monthly active users. So that's people who use the site each month, not just people who signed up for the site, but people who are using the site on a monthly basis. That is enormous. 618 million daily active users. So that's the number of people that use the site daily. Again, enormous. You don't see these numbers anywhere else. So basically, what Facebook does for your business is gives you credibility. I mean, obviously you want to be on there to reach all those people, but because it's such a big forum, it has come, the involvement of business credibility went like from the Yellow Pages ad, like you weren't really a credible business unless you had a Yellow Pages ad, to having a way, the period of time it kind of became apparent that you're not really a credible business unless you have a site. It's sort of that stage where you're not really a credible business if you don't have a Facebook page, simply because the enormity of the platform, if not there, people question why you're not there. Since most credible businesses offer, why aren't you? It has reached that stage where you really need to be there for the sake of credibility, if nothing else. But obviously we want to take it further than that because there's so many users to be reached there. So we'll talk about that too. But first, if you don't even have a business page on Facebook, you've got to create one. Now, this is different than a profile. A personal profile has an add friend button. You can link up with somebody as a friend, but a business page has a like button. All someone has to do to stay connected with your brand on Facebook is click on that like button. They don't have to send you a friend request and wait for your approval and wait until you've approved them to get your information. Also, it's against Facebook's terms of service to use a personal profile as a business. So if you start your business profile, your business presence on Facebook with a friend type profile, you are at risk of having that deleted if they catch you. So it's very important to, if you have that already, transfer it over to a business page. Facebook has a process for that. They make it pretty easy. You can convert your profile to a page, and then you won't be at risk of being done anymore, and you'll be much more available to new fans. If you're creating something from the get-go, just make sure to create a business page, not a profile. Create a business page. You go to facebook.com/pages, and the green button there that says Create Page. And at that point, I'm stepping you through the process. So basically, I'm going to go through each step. Basically, just follow their instructions and make sure you fill out everything completely. Tips, they're going to ask you to update your photos. The profile photo should be square format, and the size is right there, 180 pixels by 180 pixels. You want cover photo, the big rectangular photo on the top, to be 851 by 315. This is so that graphics look clear and proper and not jumbled and not pixelated. You do to have a professional image, so you want your graphics to be sized appropriately. If you're feverishly taking notes and instead would rather download these slides, I will put them up on SlideShare. I haven't done it just yet, but I will put them up on SlideShare, and we will email that link out soon after the webinar. You can download these notes for future reference. After you create your page is to claim your Facebook URL so that you get people to go to facebook.com/your company name. And to do that, you go to facebook.com/username. Be careful with the name that you pick because Facebook only lets you change it once. Forever and ever, you're only going to have one chance to change it. So check your spring and be sure that it's in line with the rest of your branding. But do maybe do that step because it makes it easy to tell people how to find you on Facebook. Thing that I not want you to do, that they do offer you to do when you up your page, is link your Twitter account to your Facebook page. I recommend you do not do that. Twitter has completely different communicating, everything squished into 140 characters. There's the use of hashtags, there's the use of handles. As you see, those are the, handle is the username, the @ symbol in front of it. The hashtags are the word with the pound sign in front of them. The T is a retweet. It just doesn't look good on Facebook. It's messy, it's confusing, it's unprofessional. So they recommend against that, the last option they give you, which is to connect your Twitter account to your Facebook page. Page, you want to build a following to it. And the ways to do that are to include that like us on Facebook call to action in your existing advertising. You tack on the Facebook icon to anything you do, and your Facebook URL, that's facebook.com/your company name. You can put on your website, should put it on your website, on your business, in your email signatures, even on your invoices, your packing slips, any piece of anything that you hand to a customer, client, a prospect, your Facebook should be on there. You can get creative on your phone system, hold messages, say, have you liked us on Facebook yet? We'll be with you momentarily. In the meantime, please like us on Facebook. get creative beyond that. Think of everything you can think of. Put your Facebook presence on. Be on Facebook to build more of a following, especially if you're a B2B company that if you sell products or services to other businesses, you're going to engage with other brands. To do this, first of all, you can like a page at your page. So there's a little gear. When you go to like someone else's business page, you click the gear next to it and click like as your page. You are then liking their page as your business presence and get notified of that. So if you are, looking up some prospects and your prospect is a company and that company has a Facebook page, you like that page from your page. And beyond that, there's a little, upper right hand of the whole Facebook interface, the main menu, that in the upper right, way to the right, has an option to use Facebook as, and then it lists your page or pages that you own. And basically that allows you to log in at a page, and so you go even farther than liking another business's page. You can actually interact with it as business. So myself, as Pam Ann Marketing, if I log in and use Facebook as Pam Ann Marketing, and then go to C3 Workplace's business page on Facebook and like their photos and comment on their posts as Pam Marketing instead of my personal presence of Pam Lung. So that's especially for business companies to increase their following and their presence on Facebook. So page, you build following to it. What now? This strategy. Basically, most goals for Facebook business pages are the same across different businesses. But one your goal is you want to demonstrate your expertise when you are an expert in your subject matter. You want to provide an engaging or fun or educational experience for your fans. Give them to continue to like your page and for them. Look to your website. Increase brand awareness and customer loyalty. You may have other goals, but these are pretty much across the board goals that most businesses want to do with their presence on Facebook. So it's important to identify those, to be aware of them, have them in mind at all times. So with that strategy, after you figure out the purpose behind your Facebook page, is to tutorial schedule and align that schedule with your goals. So what that is, actually going to hop back for a moment to this slide. These are your goals. There's 5 of them. So you could theoretically get yourself a schedule of 1 per business day, 5 days a week. You're going to address each one of those goals. That doesn't be complicated, but just in general, for example, the schedule that a customer could use on their Facebook page. So, as far as demonstrating expertise goes, they might put out a case study on how they fix a complex plumbing problem and show how much of an expert they are in their topic. In line with the education goal to provide an educational experience for fans, they could post a tip about saving water usage or a tip related to plumbing to keep their fans. Wednesdays, a blog from their own, a blog article from their own website, like a do-it-yourself fix your plumbing article. So that is in line with the goal of driving traffic to the website. On Thursday, they could post a testimonial from a customer. I put the word customer there, from a customer or customers, in order to use brand awareness. And the goal of customer loyalty in mind, they could put an offer for repeat customers, 10% your next service call or something, to engage repeat customers. So that's an example of how you can take a number of goals, align them with a finite number of days in the week, come up with a very strategic for your page. And that makes so that you can plan your efforts. sit down once a week and schedule those posts at once. When you start posting something on your Facebook business page, there's a little tiny clock in the left corner. A lot of people tell me they've never posted before, so I pointed it out. A little clock down there, and if you click on that, it will allow you to pick the day time that you want this to post. So it doesn't post right away. So you can sit down on Monday morning and schedule your posts for the week all at once. Check on or adjust the schedule of the posts that you created. Go to your business page. Under Edit Page, there's an option for Use Activity Log. So that's where you can find all your scheduled posts. So don't worry if you set something up and realized afterwards that you have a typo in it, or you want to change your mind about which article you're going to share, you can go to the activity log and make adjustments to that. So I'm just posting that now you can streamline your efforts as far as set the information you're going to put out throughout the week. But I don't recommend totally setting it and forgetting it. You always want to answer comments that you get on the page, and that make sure that the commenter knows you responded to them. You want to tag the commenter in your response. So I have an example here from Adrienne, who's a fan of my page. I wrote back to her instead of saying, "Hi, we'll be sending out the recording tomorrow," I should have put her name with the @ symbol in front of it. It allowed me to select her and tag so that she knows I responded to her. And basically, this is just his purpose. You don't want your fans to think you're ignoring them. If someone comes up to you in your business, at your office, or at your store, and asked you a question, you would them and them. You would answer the question. Right. So you want to do the same on your Facebook page. You want to always engage. So you can streamline your efforts with the scheduling of the information you put out, but don't totally set it and forget. Be there to answer any comments that come in. So the best is you went through all this effort and you're scheduling all this amazing content and you're engaging, but the Facebook has an algorithm. It's called the EdgeRank Algorithm. It's a formula that determines which posts appear in the news feed and which don't. So unfortunately, just because someone becomes a fan of your page doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to see all of your posts. And this has actually gotten a little bit worse recently. September 20th of last year, they made a change to the EdgeRank algorithm. Before change, about 26% of the business pages posts were seen by fans in the news feed, now down to about 19.5%. So if you're lucky, 20% of your fans will see your posts on average. But there are things you can do to make that better and optimize that. So basically, one way to do that is to learn EdgeRank. Another way to do that is to use promoted posts. If you want to learn EdgeRank, I have 2 resources there. Actually, I'm going to update the links for the podcast. I think that changed, so I will update that before I put the slides out for download. But my EdgeRank ebook will explain. Definitely not going to go into all that now, but it is learnable. It's not super science. This algorithm basically takes 3 different things into account, and if you pay attention to those 3 things, you can make the most of your exposure and get above that 20% mark. And is to simply pay to promote your post. Facebook has a little down the clock where you can schedule the post. It has a button to promote the post, and you can pay for the post to get more exposure in the news feed. Obviously, to do that on each and every post would require a hefty budget, but you might want to do it for your most important posts. If you have an event coming up or something that you really need to get the word out about, you can put an individual post to make sure that it gets seen by a lot more people. And it's to measuring the EdgeRank algorithm, it's to do what works good more and do what doesn't work, get you more exposure in your fans' news feed. So the cut for this, figuring this out, is to Facebook Insights, which is the stats page, and look at the virality. Out of all these numbers, don't get overwhelmed by all these numbers. Ignore all the other ones. just that virality percentage. That tells you how well a post performed. It takes into account how many people liked it, how many people commented on it, how many people followed it, and that can help you gauge what works better on your page and what doesn't. So this last post here with you has an 8.38% virality rate. That did very good. So I want to go do more posts like that and less of the ones that got the low percentages. Just simply paying attention to that when you set up your new posts for the week will help you get more exposure in the news feed. So, in conclusion, you want to create a business page, not a personal profile for your business. You want to guide actual goals for your business page on Facebook. The posts so that you streamline your efforts. Don't forget to age. And then your efforts for more exposure. That covers what I have on Facebook today. So basically at this point we can take questions. Janet?
Yeah, I have a question here. It says, why does it seem that whenever I try to like another business, I am liking it as me, not as my business?
Yes, that is the default way. Let me hop back to engage. Here it is. So if you look at the bottom right hand of this slide here, when you click on like, the default is that you liking that business's page yourself. The option to like it as your page is kind of hidden in that thing. It's a totally separate action that's to be taken. So to keep in mind, it's really just a habit to get into, that if you want to like other business pages as your page, got to use that little extra option under the gear instead of the regular old like button, or in addition to the regular like button.
What's that gear, Pam?
Is on the business page. Actually,
when you're on that business page?
Yes, on that business page, the like button, right next to it, there's a gear. And a menu. So that is the like if you're pasting. I'm going to actually try to switch over. My live screen now.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to my business page. I've already liked myself. But this like button here has next to it the gear, and now you can go in and like as your page. And when you click on that, you pick, only have one page, it will give you the option to just like it as your page there. Actually, what it says is which page, like up in your page, which page do you like? It's saying about add to your page favorites once you do it. Like I think once you finish, it says this has been added to your page's favorites. Don't confused by that. That simply means you've liked it at our page.
All right. Do you have to be logged into Facebook when you're viewing other websites in order to like them as my business?
Yes. And an easier way to do that, actually, instead of using this like as your page option here, the way to do liking and interacting is to log as the page. So I just went up to that gear and I logged in as Pam Ann Marketing. Now I want to go like a page. Then say, I don't know, I want to like Nike. If you see up in the upper right-hand corner here, I'm logged in as me. Instead of my name, I see my business name. That's how I know I'm logged in as me. So we go to Nike and I click on like. I liked it as Pam Ann Marketing. If I were to click on something, it would come up as Pam Ann Marketing instead of myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the advantage of that?
Advantage is building, it's really effective for business-to-business companies. So, like for me, I help companies increase their online marketing exposure, and I tend to have a niche with construction companies. Construction-ish, like industrial type of companies. So I actually go through and look for different construction companies. Here's one, ATS, Allison, some other three. But let me use my friend Bridget's company as an example. Rig Construction. I've left their page as my Pam and marketing page.
Okay.
So if I can keep in touch with them this way. So, when Riggins is posting stuff, I can link it. And you see here is Pam and marketing liked it, and it links back to my page. And I comment on it, say, great article. Oops, I can't hold with one hand, so I'm typing one-handed. And so there it comes up with Pam and marketing. So it's a way of keep touch and keeping in front of the business and getting to know the business. Looking at different businesses and just, so you even go to your target website or prospect. So if there's a certain company you want to do business with, you can go to their website, Facebook page, like their page, and continuously on a regular basis interact with it as your page, and they will get to know who you are that way.
Great, thanks. Pam, is there a business page different than a fan page?
No. They used to refer to business pages as fan pages. Now they refer to them as business pages, but it's the same thing.
Okay. Anyone else have any other questions out there? Send via chat or questions and answers. Pam, what's a good, a company has 363 likes. Obviously, you want to get as many likes as possible. Is there something, I've seen people say, I'm trying to get to 2,000 likes. I mean, is there any advantage other than just more people, more reach?
Good question. Yes, quantity is desirable. It's not all and all. I mean, actually, the higher your quantity of likes gets, the harder it is to get your posts in the newsfeed. So I like to focus more on quality than quantity. I'd rather have people that really want to engage with my brand to be my likes than have 10 likes just for the sake of 10 likes from people who are never going to do business with me anyway. So it's a balance of quality and quantity, but that quality takes precedence over it because it becomes harder to reach the big audience you have. Become your 20%, then miss it, or I should say, the people that don't see your posts. That becomes bigger, and your real targets, your real prospects, get left in the mix, and they have more of a chance of ending up in that 80% that doesn't see your post than 80% that does. So it dilutes your presence amongst the people that you really want when you just go nuts trying to get as many likes as possible from anyone and everyone. Is to integrate, and this works pretty well for me because I'm pretty active in a local chamber of commerce, to integrate offline networking and marketing efforts with your online. So, for example, I may keep in touch with all the businesses that I meet through the Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. And I make sure to click like on things as marketing. And I did that just recently. I simply clicked like on an article that a fellow chamber company posted on Facebook. And I got an email within 5 minutes saying, "Oh, hey, Pam, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks so much for liking my post. I've been meaning to talk to you about I need a new website." And you do that, right? And it was interesting. I actually got the website product out of it, but it was I really think only because I happened to click like on that person's post at that moment that I entered his radar. Like, he hadn't seen me in a while at the chamber. He hadn't thought about me in a while. He wasn't really sure that I did websites. He knew I did online marketing. He wasn't totally sure if I created websites. And it was just me clicking like on his article at that moment that reminded him of me, that I existed, and reminded him that he was going to ask me that question. Whereas he had completely forgotten about me otherwise and gone and asked someone else and got his new website from someone else. So just those little touches of even being in touch with people, aspects that you network with in life, can, it can work wonders.
How about this scenario, that you've liked a group or a business with liking it as the business? Can you change it?
You can change it. You can go back to your page and just add that. Use the gear thing and click like as your page. Now you've liked it as before. Or log in as your page. You can go to the page and like it. Add. I forgot to mention too, when you're logged in as your page, the news feed similar to the news feed from your regular profile, but it's just you've liked as your page. There's no people, there's no individuals in here. So these are pages that I have liked, and so I can easily go through and keep myself in front of, like, this ATM company that's a prospect of mine. I've quoted them, and I want to make sure I just stay in them. So, there I just liked that picture. I am in marketing, but now I'm just going to keep going through the news feed and doing the same thing. A couple of these companies are ones that are quoted, so it's important to make those little touches and remind them that I exist. So here I am, just taking not a whole lot of time and go in, liking, and I would ideally comment on a few of these too, reminding all these people that I exist.
So you have a separate login for your page, do you?
It's not separate. No, you do have to log in with your personal page in order to create your page and in order to manage your page. And once you're logged in as yourself, this is a personal profile I don't use too often, but in order for separating some business and personal stuff. So this is my personal profile, Pam Ann, and I log in from there to my business, and then I log back to my Pam Ann page. But there's no such thing as having a Facebook business page be alone from your page. You do have to actually, that's the way you have to log in and go over to it.
Yeah. Going back to this issue of likes, that having more is not necessarily better. Quality is better than quantity. But is there an ideal or optimal number of likes to have?
Necessarily, it'll be different for every company. I mean, if you're Coca-Cola, your ideal number of likes is going to be a lot different than if you're Joe's Bakery on Main Street and you only serve people in one town. The ideal number is not necessarily, it's going to vary widely based on your business, but the number, I mean, if you want to go into a little more of an analytical analysis of how you're doing, the number, an engagement rate that you can pay attention to, and I think should pay attention to more so than your total number of likes. And it's not usually given to you by Facebook, but basically it's this number of people talking about this, which is found in your business name when you go to your page, divided your total number of likes. So let me pull up my calculator and see what I'm doing. So I've got the calculator too.
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I'm
taking on the math.
Okay. I'm taking 80 and I'm divided by 8.1. What's my total?
No, you know what? It's hidden on my screen. I'm thinking other people can see it.
Okay. All right. You divided by 841, and technically then you times by 100 to get your percentage. 9.5% is my engagement rate right now. That number I prefer to pay attention to over your total number of likes. Is this the percentage of those likes that have been engaging with your post? So like them or commenting on, sharing them. So, that also varies for every business, but you'll find you're on a roll and you're doing good, you'll see your engagement rate might be, up 10%. It might be closer to 15 or 20%. And then, on a slower day, you might be down to, it doesn't change too much by day, but on a slower week, I should say, you might be down around 5%. So I'd rather people pay attention to numbers like that than your number of likes. And the other way to do that is to go into your insights here and let your virality on each post. Go down. These numbers here are weekly averages, so don't necessarily tell you how you're doing on a post basis, but you can see, I did. And if you do promoted posts, this goes all over the place. Like actually this week here with this lump, I had a promoted post, and then this week I didn't have a promoted post at all, and then I did again. So that'll affect your weekly averages. But here's where you can see how each post is doing. So the rate that I just calculated before is how your overall page is doing, and this is what each post is doing. So whatever this one here is, the 5.22, is this one I've had lately. You can click on it, see what it was. I posted about making the most out of Vine for marketing. People like that a lot. So, I'm going to post more stuff about Vine or about the newest things in marketing, because Vine's one of the newest things in online marketing. That tells me that my fans like that. So I'm going to keep doing more of that to get my percentages up. So, again, whether it's post percentages or overall page percentages, I like to focus on engagement metrics more than the total number of likes. Because if you have 10,000 likes and nobody is engaging with your post, then what good is that? Nobody's seeing anything. It does no good.
Mm-hmm. What is that little megaphone on the right-hand side?
Megaphone on the right. Oh, this here. That's where you can promote the post. You hadn't done so when you initially did it. You can pay to promote. Oops. Let me actually click on it. You can pay to promote the post. So it will give you several options. You can promote it only to people who like your page, or to people who like your page and friends. And here are different options that basically the more people you want to reach, the more they're going to charge you.
Got it. Great if you've got an event coming up and you really want people to come to the event or know about the event. That might be a great way to use this.
Yes, definitely. I certainly don't recommend using it on each and every post. Minimum of $5 per post. Even if you did them, if you're posting weeks, it's $25 a week. It's $100 a month. I could, but the other thing is the duration of each promoted post is a couple of days. You can't start 3 days. You change this, so then your promoted posts are just going to be kind of climbing all over each other. So you really do want to reserve it for special purposes. But the event that you really want to get people to is a perfect, perfect application for using a promoted post.
Excellent. I think that's it for our questions right now.
Okay, well, I'll tell you then about what I have to offer. I do, in addition to, I provide services for companies, so I do have the capability of doing Facebook posting for a company. But for people who do it themselves and they need that guidance, need that help setting up their strategy and their scheduling and things like do offer coaching. So basically I'm going to offer a discounted rate on a coaching session where we could go in and do actual Facebook strategy. And to that, sorry, I meant to have this link in advance, but I think it's under PamMarketing.com/private consultations. See if that's right. If you email it, there it is. Okay. So webinar guests I do that for a discounted rate, 1 hour for $99. And in 1 hour, we can actually go through your whole Facebook marketing plan and flesh out exactly what you're going to do and what you want to get out of it and what tricks are going to be important to your particular business, and you can walk away with ready to go completely. Even if you need help set up your business page, we can work on that too. So that is my offer for webinar guests today.
Excellent. Thank you. And we'll be sending out, this webinar has been recorded. We will be sending out a link to it. And we will also include a link for this, so in case you forget it, we'll make sure we send that link to you as well so you can take advantage of it. And the last thing I just want to put the offer out for you is C3 Workplace and Above and Beyond. We have a membership program for $149 a year, and when you pay that, you get to attend all of these amazing webinars for free, as well as reduced prices for networking events and lunch and learn programs, and it gets you 4 free sessions using office space up in the Sparta location. So if you're around that area, that might be something you really want to take a look at. Or even if you're in another part of the country, just to be able to take part in all of these webinars that we offer. And we offer at least 4, probably 4 to 6 webinars a month you can attend for free for $149 a year. Free for $149, kind of an oxymoron there, but you know what I mean. I also will put a link in the email that I send to you for more information about that. I just want to say thank you again to Pam for another really informative session. I think next month we're doing on Pinterest, correct?
Yes.
So Pam is always doing monthly webinars for us, so look for that, register for that one. You can register by going to the C3 Workplace website, go to the events calendar, and you can see all the amazing webinars and other events that we have coming up. Pam, any last words, any thoughts?
I actually am going to do a lunch and learn tomorrow at C3. I am coaching one of the C3 events, which is a framework for a successful SEO strategy. Myself and John Cully are teaching that tomorrow at C3 Workplace. So for anybody local, certainly join for that. It's going to be a good one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Pam, and thank you all for participating today. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me.